everyone, this is Utpal Sinha from the SSM Academy. So in this video, I am gonna reveal the most common mistakes that I have experienced with LinkedIn ads. So when I first started running ads for my agency, which is especially for the B2B industry, so I often suggest LinkedIn advertising, and the response rate was something like very poor. That did not really work for us. Then we have tried Facebook ads, Google ads, and many other advertising platforms. And now the good news is, with just a few small tactical changes, I can usually produce a very strong improvement in the LinkedIn ads. So let's talk about what the mistakes are and how to fix those mistakes to get better results from your LinkedIn ad campaign. So let me share the first one, and this only applies when you are dealing with any lead generation campaign and it is sending traffic from your ad to your home page or to a campaign specific web page or landing page. And now the problem with sending people to a landing page is that they have to click your ad, then your website landing page needs to load, and then they have to see another form that they have to fill out to get in touch with you. And so every time when you introduce another step, you're just introducing a friction point and you're introducing the issue of time, where it may take time for that website to load and somebody might discontinue the process before your website gets loaded. So, and you also have to optimize each one of those steps to make sure that the conversion rate is perfect. Because if it is not, then you're not going to generate any leads. You're just going to have nothing in your lead generation funnel. And you can fix all these challenges by simply having a lead gen form in LinkedIn itself. So your audience does not have to leave LinkedIn and they don't have to go to your website. Now your website may not be optimized properly or it may not be tested, and if you do want to send people there, you are going to have to spend a lot of time and a lot of money to make sure that it's a seamless process. So you don't need to do that, because you can simply capture those leads within LinkedIn itself with the help of the lead gen form. So some people will say, okay, I like the lead gen forms, but I have to, manually collect them in a CSV file, then that I bought from LinkedIn, then I have to put it into my CRM, then it's just too much of pain. So you can also fix that with something like Zapier integration. So it is much more scalable than people realize. So you don't need to worry about all these things. All things are very simple and very straightforward. And the other thing that I want to point out here is that the LinkedIn forms are not just applicable when you are doing image or video ads, but it also applies when you are doing the message ads that directly go to people's inbox. And these are cases where you are still going to have to send people to your landing page, and that is when you use LinkedIn as the cheapest ad type, which is the simple text ads that have a small image attached with them. So you can avoid the issue completely, but you can significantly reduce it by using the natively captured form itself. So the second common mistake that I see is that advertising on LinkedIn does not use enough negative targeting. And when people actually look through the analytics to see why their ads are not performing well, so it's often because the people who are seeing the ad are not the people that you expected to see your ad. So the way to fix that is to look at the analytics data to see who seeing your ads and that should not be, and then set up some negative targeting. So negative targeting based on like job title, based on location, based on whatever you see is the issue in your ad analytics data. So the next mistake, the number 3 issue I see, is that people rely on the default bidding strategy that LinkedIn suggests, right? So but you don't need to do that, at least not in the beginning. So what you want to do is that you have to use the cost per click bidding strategy, which is typically what you would use with something like Google Ads. So always remember to set up the price bidding as the cost per click. Now even when people get to that step, they just make another mistake, which is they just go with the recommended bid option. But you do not need to start with the recommended bid option. You have to go with the minimum bid option, but the minimum bid is not obvious. So what you can do here, you can actually put in an extremely low bid. Like for example, you can set up your bid as 20 rupees or 30 rupees or 40 rupees, and then LinkedIn will suggest you the minimum bid that you can do. And this is something like which is completely based on a variety of things like your target audience, objective, and many other parameters are there. So put in that minimum bid or even slightly higher than the minimum bid, sometimes just to make sure you are just one upping your competitors. The other thing which I want to tell you is that LinkedIn advertising is good for basically two things. It's the first one is it's good for content marketing. So doing things like getting people to download a PDF, which is sometimes questionable use for our advertising budget, but depending on our strategy, it also makes sense sometimes. And the other is that LinkedIn is good for awareness marketing, and I'm not disagreeing with these two things. I think LinkedIn can be very effective for these two things, but I think what people are missing is that LinkedIn is an extremely effective tool for lead generation, or you can also call it as sales oriented lead generation. Now the last thing that is a bonus is the idea that you want to focus on lead nurturing, and this is something that is also applicable for Facebook ads or Google ads. Now when people are used to using Google ads, they are just used to dealing with the people that are at the very bottom of the funnel. They are actively searching for something to buy, right? They are actively searching for a solution. They are just pretty close to making a purchase, right? But the level of awareness and intent when you are doing social media advertising is often lower than you would expect. So what you need to do here is you need to continue marketing to those people through advertising or through emails. And there are many other techniques, like you can use text message, WhatsApp message, but the main thing I would say to use email marketing. Email marketing is one of the strongest way of marketing, and you should also leverage email marketing if you want to make your lead to your customer. And what you need to do is to continue educating them about the problem that you can solve, about why you are the best solution, or why somebody should actually contact with your brand. So building that nurturing sequence should help you improve the performance of your LinkedIn advertising campaign. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.